Very good, team. Thank you for cleaning that up. Now, one of the things we talked about yesterday was one of the core values, right? Respect. Obviously, having Gene go out there every week to clean up after somebody else is not showing Gene any respect, right? We should clean up after ourselves and respect the next person, okay? So we want to make sure that happens. All right. Also, don't forget, Instrumentation Laboratory is going to be here at 10 o'clock today. We already mentioned Branco on 8-5, okay? All right, so the missing people value stream. The concept of value stream has become a common part of vocabulary in organizations that want to improve. Value stream mapping may be the most used lean tool, and it can have a very powerful effect on teams' ability to understand how much waste is produced in the total process of converting raw materials to finished goods. In value stream mapping, the product's path is followed from raw material to finished goods, documenting both value-added processes and wasted steps. Value-added is defined as when the part is physically being transformed to what the customer wants. Any activity that costs time and money and does not add value is defined as waste. Value stream mapping helps team members understand how the product flows and identify the waste in the process. For example, if it's being moved from one place to another place, is it sitting in inventory? Are there quality problems creating that need to be reworked? Okay? We can use this methodology at conceptual level to understand the people value stream. We'll go through that tomorrow because it's a lot longer. Okay? So one of the things, obviously, that it's important to understand that we want to add value in everything. Yesterday, talking to Paul Akers had a thing online and stuff and talked to him yesterday, and remember we watched his map. He had his chart on how he looks at his plant, and he had a big lean like Excel spreadsheet. It was green or red, but shippable within 2 hours. Well, one of them were engineering, one was tools, one was like the state. Well, they asked, what does tools mean? And so they brought it up and they asked, what does that mean in your chart? He goes, it means that if we're missing one tool where it's at, we shut the plant down. The plant shuts down until they find that tool. So if I walk in the tool room and I see the shadow board's missing a tool, the plant shuts down. That's what they do to try and make sure that it's extremely put together. Okay, that it's organized. So then when they ask that person where was it, that person's up in front explaining why that product wasn't there. Okay, so out of the 17 years they've been in business, there's only been on the chart 2 days that they had a perfect score across the whole board. He says they're not perfect, but that's one of the things that they're working on. Okay? So understand how extreme it is to make sure that you put your stuff back. The reason for that is there's Murray and Murrah. Murray is obviously chaos, okay? And product flow. We think a product flow is one single item that we're making. Well, flow is also our work, okay? So if I'm starting a setup and I need a wrench, and that wrench isn't there, I've just caused chaos because I'm not going to be able to do what I'm expected to do. Now I got to look for that wrench, right? So what that does is that builds Murrah, which then is the burden, okay? Because now something else isn't getting done. Because now I'm looking around for the chaos, okay? So the flow is not just how the product is, it's flow how your work is, okay? So Murray is the chaos. So we get rid of chaos, we don't have this burden that builds up. And I know all of us can relate to if we have a half hour at home and we're going to run an errand in a half hour, one errand in a half hour. We're going to try and schedule that because we got stuff going on all day. Kids got to be somewhere, I've got to be somewhere. And all of a sudden I'm driving, there's an accident, and I can't get that errand done, right? Now I'm all in chaos. Now I got to figure out, all right, only 15 minutes, can I get it done? I can't get it done. Well, that just adds back up. I got to do it some other time then, right? So it just gets put back on somewhere else, and then it has some more burden put to it. Okay, so just remember, flow is not just piece part, it's how we work. And having the stuff where it belongs makes the flow a lot easier. Okay? There's a video about a company in Japan